Finding your niche, finding an audience that buys into you, have your own take on things. Yes, you can look at what's going on in the world, look at other news, you can comment on other people's commentary, but having your own views on things, have that first principle style of thinking, that's what's going to get you engagement and that's what's going to get you an audience. So you want to be a successful entrepreneur? Well, here are 4 tips from the man himself, Gary Vee. We are going to uncover 4 tips that you can learn from Gary Vee to be a successful entrepreneur. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Sam. Remember to follow me on all my other socials. And remember to tap the like, hit subscribe, and smash that bell icon to stay up to date with all the latest content that we push out. So Gary Vee is a marketing powerhouse, and here is how you can be one too. But first, why is he so special and why should we look up to him? Gary Vee is widely known for being the CEO of Vayner. Vayner is basically a full 360 agency that helps Fortune 1000 companies get really good exposure to their consumers. But that's not all. He's also a 5 times New York Times award-winning author, highly sought after public speaker, and he is a prolific angel investor. So how did he get to where he is? To truly understand Gary Vee's success, we need to take a snapshot of his past and see how he got there. So when Gary was just 3 years old, his family immigrated from Belarus to the US. Gary's father first took a job as being a stock boy in a liquor store. Eventually, he then went on to own his own liquor store. At the age of 6, Gary Vee got his first taste of entrepreneurship. He was actually selling flowers. Now, rumor has it that he would take flowers from his neighbor's garden and sell them back to the same neighbor. I mean, if this is true, bravo. By the age of 7, he was running a successful lemonade franchise, the usual kind of American outside the front of the drive. He actually had 8 different stands across New Jersey, so the guy was not playing around. He used to even employ his friends at school to sit on those stands. At the age of 13, this was when Gary really discovered entrepreneurship and had his first big breakthrough. He understood the power of supply and demand, all in the form of baseball cards. Now, I remember collecting Pokemon cards as a kid, and that supply and demand of rare cards, etc. I remember literally buying cards for a fortune, or what I thought was a fortune at the time. Wish I'd have kept some of them. Then after working for his father for several years, Gary really turned everything around when he discovered the power of the internet. And it was the internet that really propelled his dad's business and ultimately put Gary Vee on the map. So what Gary actually did was he set up like a wine library that was online and effectively allowed people to purchase wine through the internet via his father's store. Gary's energetic personality combined with his knowledge of wine really drew people into the site. With over 1,000 episodes that really drew people in, and it made the consumers crave the product that he was actually talking about. We're seeing this now, but Gary Vee was doing this 10, 15 years ago. Gary's success with his father's business then encouraged him to start Vayner, which is where he took every lesson that he learned running his dad's marketing for the wine store, online presence, creating content, bringing viewers in, making the consumer want your product, that supply and demand again. He then went on to start Vayner and started doing this for other companies. So what can we learn here? And here are the 4 tips for success. Number 1, necessity breeds creativity. Now, this is important. At the age of 13, Gary started working for the family business, where most 13-year-olds would be playing outside with their friends, playing video games, etc. The necessity of him having to work for his father's business basically bred the creativity to want to further enhance it. And how can I get creative in this business while all the rest of my friends are fucking around, playing games, etc. He really understood the value of time and how to make the most of it. And as a kid, not knowing any better and just wanting to do things, they always say that kids love risk and they actually don't fear anything. And that's true to a certain extent. Fear is kind of bred into us. So with limited resources, he really worked with what he had to do and he just wanted to try things. That trying things, that trial and error, that not being afraid to fail is something that really helped propel his dad's business. Number 2 that we can learn from Gary Vee is to embrace change. The internet is a wonderful thing. And when it first came around, everyone was super skeptical of it. Gary Vee embraced the internet. Whilst working for his father's liquor store, he started Wine Library TV. Who the hell would want to watch content online when you can watch it on your TV? Gary anticipated, or at least he said, I'm going to double down on this in case it does take off. And lo and behold, it took off. You see it now in modern day. Those people that adopted things like TikTok in the early days, they are now the ones that are making all that money. It's really common practice, especially in the world of social media. When there are new platforms, embrace them and go with them. Look what we're going through with AI at the moment. If you're not on board, you're going to get left behind. Number 3 is maintaining consistency and an active social presence. I cannot begin to tell you how important this is. The compounding effect of continually doing something will always work. If you expect things to happen overnight, that's not going to happen. Social media presence, right? If you continue to push content week after week, month after month, year after year, the compounding effect of that, you will get discovered. It might take 2 months, 6 months, 5 years. Who knows? I've noticed massively with my YouTube channel, when I drop off posting, it takes so long to get back up to speed. Now we're really trying to push content across all social media channels. So again, make sure you're following all of our social media handles, TikTok, Instagram, and then also make sure that you're following this YouTube channel. And the final reason is be original. Now I'm going to caveat this slightly. If you have a low social media following, there is a very good way how you can piggyback off the back of other people's style, content, etc. to start the ball rolling and get some sort of followers and get people engaged in your content. But being original is what is really going to help you succeed in life. Finding your niche, finding an audience that buys into you, have your own take on things. Yes, you can look at what's going on in the world, look at the news, you can comment on other people's commentary, but having your own views on things, have that first principle style of thinking, that's what's going to get you engagement and that's what's going to get you an audience. So those are the 4 lessons that I've learned from Gary Vee, and those are 4 lessons that I'm going to try and implement into my content and building my personal brand.